This video is so copyrighted. Black Blizzard, a 2.0 extreme demon created and verified by KrmaL, KrmaL50, has quite the history. Originally meant to be a secret verification, it was aimed to be KrmaL's hardest and the top one at the time. However, because of a hacking situation in 2017, the level was leaked and he was forced to nerf it and verify it publicly. It would place in the top 10 and become one of Geometry Dash's most popular levels, popularizing the beloved artist KrmaL. It would receive countless victories over the years and stood the test of time as one of KrmaL's greatest levels. 8 years later, I decided to play parts of it right after my Blade of Justice completion, not knowing what I was getting myself into. Here's my journey to defeating this legendary level. Let's start with the absolutely atrocious gameplay that this level has to offer. So, KrmaL is known for making some divisive gameplay in his levels. Black Blizzard is weird in this aspect in that it has a very annoying beginning, but the second half of the level is actually quite fun. In this section of the video, I'm going to go over some of the most annoying jumps and some of the most fun I've had in this level. Spoiler alert, this level's not very fun. So, almost immediately, we're met with some really hard jumps and a frame perfect. Let's replay that. First few jumps aren't that bad. Those two blue orbs, they're kind of annoying, and then the pink orbs after are also annoying. But holy hell, this blue orb is so bad. I've heard from some sources that this is a 60Hz frame perfect, but I can't confirm that. Let's continue. We immediately follow that with the most gimmicky yellow orb ever. You have to hold your click from the blue orb, buffer a jump, and then hit the yellow orb midair. Not so straightforward. Next few jumps aren't terrible. And then there's this. You have to hit that blue orb early enough so that it lands on the ground and then you jump into the yellow portal. There's so many times where I didn't hit it early enough and I went straight into a yellow portal and then died. Now continuing forward to the staircase, nothing really interesting happens, so I'll just speed up this part. Now this double orb here is so f***ing annoying. Not only do you have to double click, but this is an annoying timing too, making it one of the most awkward clicks I've ever done. Then there's the pink orb consistency followed by some really tight jumps. It's pretty nerve-wracking when you get here from zero, but once you get past, you finally have access to the second cube. So immediately into the second cube part, I ran into a bug. You're supposed to buffer the first green orb, which I did, like every time, but sometimes it just killed me immediately before I could even hit the green orb. Let me show you. Now this bug is very annoying because, in my opinion, I just got past the hardest part of the level, and then I died to something out of my control. Great playtesting, KrmaL. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, this whole next section is just filled with timing after timing after timing, and it's not fun to play at all. It has so many bad inputs, so I'll just have to cover the worst ones. Immediately we have to buffer 3 orbs, then followed by 2 harsh orb timings, a jump, a harsh green orb timing, another jump, and then the worst inputs in the level. I swear, these 7 orbs have the pickiest timings ever, and they make this level miserable to play from zero. To do the first green orb on the left properly, you have to jump into it and then activate it, and then right after you have to follow it up with a double click using the yellow and green orbs. Then the next 2 yellow orbs have some really harsh timings that I just couldn't get consistent at, followed by another double click with the last 2 green orbs. Continuing through this section, there's not much I could say other than these are some hard orb timings. Over time they were able to get relatively consistent, well, all but one. And then after all of that, we finally get to the drop. From here the level gets significantly easier and there's not much to talk about, although there are still a few choke points. So day 1, I wasn't expecting myself to beat this anytime soon because I had just beaten Blade of Justice and this is way harder. I just wanted to do the duel because I thought it would be funny, and as you can see from the clip, I didn't get very far. On day 2, I followed it up with the second part of the duel, which is the ship and ball. Oh yeah, by the way, at this corridor on this day I was spamming. Do not spam! Just click slowly. I also got my first pre-drop progress on this day. It was only 6%, but it was the hardest 6% I've ever done. Like, holy hell, these jumps suck. All that for 6%? Wait. Oh no. Anyway, later that day, I would chain my 2 dual runs together and get this. Oh, that was a good run. And then like an hour and a half later, I finally did the whole thing. I just did a duel. I just did the whole duel. Oh my god. From here, I still wasn't really sure if I wanted to continue this level. And then the next day, I did this. Well, I died to the buns click. Then I proceeded not to play the level for like 3 days. And then 3 days later, I finally got another percent. Now I was absolutely locked into this level, and the next day, I made a huge step. Now in the past, I've attempted streaming before, but it always ended up in slideshow quality. Because of that and growing anxieties, I've always been a little nervous to start streaming. But after watching so many other streamers, I finally wanted to give it another shot. So my first stream went pretty well. I first got a crazy run of 63 to 100%. Yes! 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 Then I would get 19 and then 20%. Then I called it a day and ended stream. I decided to stream again the next day, but I didn't get any new progress on Black Blizzard. Instead, this happened.
Wrap. Get on the box. On the zipline. Hit the button. Escape.
Oh! Oh! Yes!
Why do you...
Yes! Yes!
You beat it.
Let me know if I should do more Roblox segments like that, because that was really fun. The next day, I ended up not streaming, but I made a lot of progress. Firstly, from 0, I made it to 26%. New best! New best! Then I made significant progress on the drop, getting further and further each attempt. The drop became pretty trivial, and the next day I was able to pull this off on stream.
Foreshadowing isn't.
No! 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 Yeah, this death sucked, and I wouldn't be able to fix it for another 2 days. Then 2 days later, I did this. Yes! I did it, guys! Cool. I did the run. Now, with 26% and 38 to 100, there was only one part holding me back from having it in 3 runs. Unfortunately, it was the second cube, which is probably the hardest part of the level. This would take me another 3 days to learn. I now had the level in 3 runs, but I wanted to close it down to 2. So soon after, I got a new best from 0. This would stick around for 4 days, and then I got back-to-back new bests. Oh! Oh my god! Then 3 days later, I got it down to just 2 runs. After that, I entered the final stretch. If you didn't notice, I still haven't gotten a single attempt at the drop from 0. Well, that was all about to change the next day. Oh my god! Yo, first drop attempt? What? The progress wouldn't end there, as the next day, this happened. With 2 new bests, I was making some pretty quick progress, but I had no idea what was coming. What? 2 drop attempts in one day, bro. Anyway, I would get stuck here at 80% for a while. I would get runs to the 60s and 70s, but no new bests at all. Then, after streaming for 4 days in a row, I reached the 90s. After a month of hard work and determination, would I make it? No! 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 98%. My worst fail ever. To be honest, I was expecting to die here due to how nerve-wracking this part is, but that didn't save me from the question, when will I beat it? When? And that will be answered 2 days later. Yes! 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 Oh, I fucking beat it! Let's go! Oh, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, oh, yo! I beat it! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, holy shit. So yeah, I had done it. Black Lizard, just like that. This is my new hardest by quite a lot. It took me over 37,000 attempts and just over a month to beat it. I give it an enjoyment score of 2 out of 10. Shout out to these 4 for giving me motivation along the way, and hope you enjoyed this video. Oh yeah, my next demon, I think that's pretty obvious.